All right, so we are going to be starting a new project in Chief Architect. It's going to be the kitchen drawing found on page 199 of the textbook. And as we get started on this, I want to show you the setup process first. So I'm going to start with a new plan. It may ask you what type of template you want to use, and you want to use a residential. It'll either be interiors or residential. Choose residential. It'll also ask you the type of units you want, and you want to choose the US inches for your units. Okay, so we're in here and we're going to be drawing the kitchen from page 199 in the textbook, and we're going to, before we start any drawing, we're going to go up to the edit. Oh, here's going crazy. We're going to go up to the edit pull down menu, default settings, dimensions, temporary dimensions, click on edit, and I'm going to change to the top two, locate wall surface and locate both wall sides. That's, in fact, we should do that before we set up, or as we set up each of our drawings. And done. And so now I'll show you what that does a little bit later. I'm going to put in an exterior wall, maybe about 15 or 16 feet, somewhere in there. I'm then going to take a couple of interior walls, and both of those are going to go down 8 or 9 feet. It doesn't have to be any, at this point, it doesn't have to be specific length. Just has to be 8 or 9 feet, 15 or 16 feet across. We're going to change it. We'll make it what it should be in a little bit. So now, according to the book, we're going to be putting in some base cabinets here. We're going to start in the corners and work our way out. So I'm going to go base cabinet. I'm going to put my mouse in the corner, and when you put your mouse deep into the corner, notice it changes to a corner cabinet. So I'm going to put in a corner cabinet like that. I'm going to get my arrow key, double click on this because I need to change this one. So I'm going to change this by double clicking on it. I want to make it a right now it's a diagonal door, right? So it's got that diagonal door. I want a square door. So now it's squared off, but I also want to include that lazy Susan on the inside. That lazy Susan is the shelf on the inside that spins around. So we have that in there. Next to this, on this side, I've got a 24-inch base cabinet that we're going to insert the dishwasher into. Then we have another base cabinet, a 39-inch base cabinet. Over on this direction, we have an 18-inch base cabinet. Then we have the range and another 18-inch cabinet. So I'm just leaving spaces. Next to the 39-inch, we've got a 15-inch, I believe. So I'm going to leave, actually, let me get my arrow key, spread this out to 39 inches. Then go back and put in an 18-inch, no, 15, I think it's 15-inch. Should have grabbed the book and looked. And then I've got another base cabinet, a 36-inch base corner cabinet, but this one faces the other direction. It doesn't face this way, it faces this way. Now the numbers on the front of my base cabinet, those indicate, and there's a little arrow pointing in the direction, that indicates the direction of the front of the cabinet. So I'm going to put it right here against this wall, and I'm going to open it up to a 36-inch. I'm going to slide it into the corner, and then I'm going to slide it this way until it attaches to the 15-inch here. Okay, so now you see that it turned into a base corner cabinet. So it's a corner base cabinet, 36-inch, and this one turned into a base corner cabinet. Okay, now I'm just going to take my wall and bring my wall over. And what I want to make sure is I want to make sure that I don't have any double dotted lines. If you have a double dotted line, that means there's a gap between the base cabinets. And right now, solid, I mean, single, single, single. So right now, everything is good. Next to this cabinet, I believe I have an 18-inch. Let me change this. This one over here is an 18-inch. This one's going to be an 18-inch. And I'm going to put a refrigerator here, and I'm going to put a range here. So let's go into our library. If you don't have a library, if you've got nothing there, you just go up to the top where it says CAD. Right underneath the pull down menu called CAD, there's a stack of books. Click on that stack of books and that will give you the library. Click out like this. I'm going to go to the architectural folder and I'm going to go to appliances. I need a dishwasher, so let me click on dishwashers. Here are my choices of dishwashers. I don't know if any of them are any better than the other one, so I'm just going to choose one and come here and put it right in the middle of that 24-inch base cabinet, and it will integrate itself right into that base cabinet. Perfect. Now I'm going to go to arrange. I'm going to choose the pull down menu for the ranges. This is going to be a standalone. A slide in is like if we built a cabinet and we put it in a cabinet. We don't want to do that. If we do a slide in at the wall, it's going to build itself into the wall. We don't want that. We want, there goes my computer again. We want a standalone range, just a standard size. So here are all the different types of ranges. And I'm just going to use a gas range. You can use whatever range you like. Get my arrow key. Let me slide this up against, and then I think this is supposed to be 9 feet. I think. Notice 11'6". That's exactly what we wanted. According to the book, that's exactly what we wanted our size to be. Let me put a refrigerator in here. So I got to go back here, shut these down. Refrigerators, standard size refrigerators. And here are all the different types of standard size refrigerators. So I'm going to grab, which one am I going to grab? I'm going to go with this one with a, it's called a little drink faucet thing on it. Okay. And if I take a look at, if I use my camera, I want a full camera. Stand back, I shoot into here. You'll see that all my base cabinets, grab my, boy, my computer's going crazy. You'll see that my base cabinets are all done. They've got countertops on. Oh, I forgot to put in the sink. But I don't have a floor yet, and I don't have any wall cabinets yet. So let's take care of that. So I'm going to go back to my floor plan. I'm going to get a room divider. This is the type of wall, room divider wall. And from here, I'm just going to go over. And what that does is that encloses that kitchen. Let me get my arrow key, double click inside here. And I'm going to label this as a kitchen. Double click. Perfect. Click outside like that. Good. Now let's let me put in the sink. Forgot about the sink. So instead of appliances, we're going to go down to fixtures, sinks, kitchen sinks. And now there's different types of kitchen sinks. Typically, I use an undermount, which is mounted under the countertop. And here are the different styles of those. Just make sure that when you put in a sink, it's the right size for the base cabinet. If it's bigger than the base cabinet, obviously you can't use that sink. You've got to use a smaller sink that fits inside this 39-inch base cabinet. All right, good. Let me shut these folders. Good. Now let's put in some wall cabinets. So I'm going to go back to my wall cabinets. I'm going to start in the corner again. This one is going to be stretched out to 36 inches. One here that's going to be 18 inches. One here that's going to be 30 inches. And one here that's going to be 18 inches. There's going to be one here that's 15 inches, I believe. Same thing here, a 36-inch, 18-inch. It's just saying, hey, you're running into the side of the refrigerator. That's okay. And I'm going to put this one into. I'm going to put this one into. Okay, now I'm going to readjust all the sides. So this one gets stretched out to 36 inches. So 36 inches. This one gets shrunk to 15 inches. I think. This one gets shrunk to 18 inches. Remember, the wall cabinets match whatever's underneath the base cabinet. This one is a 30-inch. This one is an 18-inch. This one I think is 18. This one is 36. This one's 18. This one is whatever the size of the refrigerator is. I guess it's 36. So you'll notice that the first two numbers are the size of, that's how wide it is. It's also how wide the bottom is. So this is an 18-inch base cabinet. This is an 18-inch wall cabinet. 36-inch, 36-inch. Corners are a little bit different. 36, 18, 18. This is a 30-inch wide range. This is an 18-inch base cabinet. Okay, so all that matches. We take a look at our 3D view again. You'll notice that we now have all of our, everything is in. However, I am going to take this and pull it up. And I'm going to pull it up to, trying to see what that means. I think it is. I better put my glasses on so I can see it. 15 inches, 12. I believe it's a 12-inch cabinet here because we're going to put a microwave in here. All right, so make sure you shrink that up. Make sure, spin this around here. Make sure that the wall cabinet above the refrigerator is actually above the refrigerator. If it's not, if it goes down inside, like, make sure you grab it and pull it up above. Pull it up above the top of the refrigerator. Okay. We are going to need a window in here, and according to the book, or according to the book, it's a window that's about, stretch this out to the right side. Then I'm going to change the type of window. So it's about this big, and right now that window is a double hung window where you'd have to push the bottom up to open it. Well, that's not what it has in the book. In the book, it's a slider. In fact, I think it's a triple slider. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get my arrow key. I'm going to double click on the window to open up the specifications, and I'm going to change the type of window. Right now, this is the type of window. I want a triple casement. This is the type of window I want. That's what that's going to look like. Okay. Let's put in, rotate it around. And put in a microwave here. So appliances, microwave ovens. We want under cabinet microwave, built-in above the range microwave. That's what we want right there, above the range microwave. See if we can put it in here. I'm not sure if we can put it in. Oh, yeah, we can. See what that looks like. And you can see it takes up the entire space. That's perfect. That's exactly. That's got a built-in hood as well. That's why it's over the range. It's got a built-in hood underneath it. So that's exactly what we want. Perfect. What else do we have to put in? I know there's a valance that goes across here. So let me close these off. And I'm not sure where valance is located. So where it says type to start searching, I'm going to type in a valance anchor. Here are some different types of valance. Let me try this one right here. I know what I want is just this piece right here. All right, we'll put in this one. I'm going to butt it up against this cabinet right here. And then I'm going to get my arrow key, click on it, stretch it. This cabinet, and let's take a look at our camera view. Orbital tool here. And that's what that's supposed to look like. Okay, we are now going to put in what is called a soffit. Notice there's this gap between the ceiling and the top of the cabinets. We're going to put in a soffit all the way around, and then we're going to insert some recessed lighting up underneath that. So here's how we do that. I'll go to my floor plan. In my cabinet toolbox, I'm going to go to soffit, and I'm going to put in 3 soffits. First one, I'm going to put like this. I'm hanging it over the edge of the refrigerator. This one I'm putting in, I'm hanging it over the edge so I can see it there. And this one I'm putting against this back wall, somewhere on that back wall. So you can see here, nope, that's not it. Yes, that's it. I want to stretch this one, the entire back wall. Plus, I want to grab this arrow. Oh, no, I lost it. Oh, there we go. I want to grab this front handle and I'm going to pull it down until it covers up the numbers, till it covers up all the labels here. I want it a little bit wider. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I'm going to stretch it until it hits this soffit. And then I'm going to pull until it covers up the sizes of the numbers of the cabinets. And I'm going to pull it this way, so it's even with the wall. Do this one. Stretch it all the way to this soffit. Grab this handle, pull it until I cover up the numbers for the base cabinet, and then, all right, let me show you what I just did. Camera view, I put this box, this soffit, up above. I enclosed that space. Enclose that space up above the cabinets. But now we're going to use this extra space, this underneath here, and we're going to put recessed lighting underneath here. So this is how we do that. Back to your floor plan. Clear out valves, and we delete that out of there. I'm going to go to the architectural folder, down to lighting, ceiling mounted lighting, recessed lighting. And I'm going to use this small recessed 4-inch down light. I'm going to put 1, Now I need to make sure this dotted line right here is the front edge of the soffit. And this is the edge of the wall cabinets. I've got to put these lights in this space between the dotted line here and the front of the cabinets. So I'm going to go right in the middle, and I'm going to try to center it right in the middle of each of my cabinets. So I'm going to put one right in the middle of the refrigerator right here. Right in the middle of this base cabinet. I want to try to stay even with this one so they look good. Here. Come over to my sink. Put one directly over the sink. And directly over the dishwasher. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go ahead and middle of this. This. Probably overkill. Probably don't need this many lights. I just want to make sure they're all aligned. All right, let's see what that looks like. So there are all those lights up underneath. Or underneath our sockets. Yeah. Good, good. So now that is our finish. Actually, what we should do is we should take this socket and we should raise it up. Put it right up underneath the socket. Yeah, kind of like that. Not bad. And that would be, I think that's our finished product. We just want to make sure that all of our lights are in the middle of that soffit. They're not touching the wall cabinet. They're not touching the edge of the soffit. Everything looks good. Yep, looks great. That is all we have for our kitchen. I'm probably going to have you change materials, but I'll talk about that later.